I mean, it's definitely tougher on the practice field. I mean, we were in Denver like a little bit over a month ago, and you feel the altitude there, but being at Air Force is 2,000 feet higher, and it's a big difference. I just walked up these stairs, so so that's the biggest challenge. Everything else, I mean, anytime you get off your routine, I mean, it takes a little bit longer to get to practice. So I mean, we're on the same routine all the time, and that's why we all think it's Friday right now. But yeah, that gets off, but that's not. I don't consider that a challenge. I consider that things not being perfect, but it's all about the practice field, and that was a challenge. But that's what Monday's going to be.
Is there any sense that we?
I don't know. I mean, that's what science says. And we had our biggest practice on Thursday. I think that's where they really felt it. Wednesday's not quite as much, and today's not quite as much. But Thursday, which was Friday to the rest of the world, they really felt it then, and that was the first time they're like, "Oh, this is pretty real."
Is there any concern about having?
Great question. I heard Air Force has really good facilities. I heard they had everything that could accommodate us. Talked to New England coaches and Chargers coaches. They said that. We flew our guys down here to check all of that. They thought it was pretty nice. I've been here. I think it's pretty nice. Didn't have the same connections in Mexico City. Alfredo didn't know the people, so it's harder to trust.
He was talking yesterday about Brandon Ayuk where he can now shrinking.
I saw that in the middle of last year. The way he started he always tried to go 100% on game day. And it wasn't anything about like him being lazy or anything. It was him thinking that's what was right. And then you get to game day and you got to get rotated a lot more and things like that. And, just telling him how you're a young guy, like going hard on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's not going to make you slower on Sunday. As you get older and stuff, you got to make adjustments to people. They can't always do that. But and he started doing that a lot more. And I felt like he really started to feel better during games. And I think that's what he got at the end of last season. And what was so cool about that is he believed it because he went through it. And that's why we raved about him so much when he came to this offseason. He came into OTAs in the best shape I had seen him in. And he left great. And then he came back to training camp in the best shape. So now sometimes when he's a little sore, he might be tight and you want to risk something. He's in a spot where he can take it a little easier. You can be smarter with him because he has that foundation. He has that stamina to where he's built to go. And to me, that's how most of the great ones are. So they can be at their fullest every play, and they don't have to have 2 plays on, 3 plays off.
Some of his teammates have said, especially here, has it jumped out to you here recently?
I mean, he did it in camp too. So it depends on what type of practice we're having. But I mean, just back to Matt's question, BA, no matter how he's moving, like those arms stick out. And I think those are the highlight catches people talk about. I mean, he's got length on him, and he's one of the guys on our team. Everyone's got that opportunity, but even when BA is covered, he's got a pretty good percentage of coming up with that ball.
Yesterday, we kind of felt it a lot because we was able to get a lot out of practice. But today we felt it a little bit with one full speed period. But I feel like we'll be ready to go. I wouldn't necessarily say it's growth. Since I've been here, Brandon has taken steps weekly, yearly, taking the offseason very serious. But with me seeing him come back from this past offseason, you've seen a different guy. He looked faster. He looked more explosive. So I felt like he took big steps this offseason of becoming the player that he's showing everybody he's been. Yeah, for sure. Week in and week out, I mean, it's the NFL, so nobody expects somebody to be as consistent as he's been for since the season started. He's been doing a great job.